Good morning or afternoon, Lancers. This is Mr. J, and I'm here to preview Astronomy. It's a wonderful course. Of course, I'm biased, absolutely biased about being a wonderful course. You don't get very much Earth and space science in your science career at Livingston Public Schools. So I made it a point a few years ago to write this course and come up with the idea that it should be something that at least you should have the option to take and learn more about our solar system, our universe, and life outside of our planet. So I'm going to take you through essentially the syllabus of the course and just give you the basics of what you need, and hopefully you'll sign up and enjoy it. So here we go. Here is a COVID disclaimer, and that disclaimer says that this following presentation is presented to you in the hopes that by September 2021, that school will resemble what we all know to be relatively normal, with students in a classroom, and especially science students working on more hands-on activities and labs and investigations. So welcome to Astronomy. Like I said, my name is Mr. J. As far as I know, I'm the only one teaching this course, and I could, there's a very good chance that I'll be the one teaching it in the fall or in the spring, whenever you sign up for it. This is a semester elective, so it's only half year. There is no lab period, even though we do hands-on lab activities and investigations in class. It will not eat away at your lunch. So if you are a junior and thinking about senior and the prospect of actually going back out for lunch, which hopefully will come back, you can still do it taking astronomy. Sophomores through seniors are able to take this course. I know it's a nice little puzzle piece to fit in if you're looking for something to complement natural disasters, which is another course that I teach, or sociology, psychology, personal financial literacy, which are all half-year courses. And if you need something to help fill the gap and you don't want it to be a study hall, what a great idea. This is a photograph taken by the Hubble Space Telescope of the Hubble Deep Field. And every little speck of light you see in that photograph is its own galaxy, full of billions and billions of stars. Isn't that righteous? I think it is. The highlight, I'm not even going to mask anything, the highlight of this course is us going into StarLab. StarLab, thankfully Livingston Public Schools has its own, so we don't have to rent a StarLab from some other company. We were able to shell out the money for an inflatable planetarium. It's sitting right here in S25, but we wheel it out to the auditorium because that's one of the only rooms we can actually set it up. And in that Star Lab, we do, there's a projector, and it projects all of the stars, constellations, Native American mythology up on the ceiling, and you even get a chance to lie down. And it's really neat, and it's one of the few instances where you could potentially fall asleep and no one will say anything to you, because it is dark inside the Star Lab. Let me tell you about the units of study. We're split in half. So the course, think about it back when we had marking periods. The first half of the course is all about cycles and patterns. Using the cycles and patterns that we observe in the night sky and the daytime sky to help organize and make sense of our life and kind of run our society. So we start with visualizing our universe. We look a lot into what a scale model is and how scale is really important when you're dealing with astronomically large numbers and distances and time. And also being able to visualize space, looking at the celestial sphere, knowing what azimuth and right ascension is, latitude, longitude. There's ways that we can find coordinates in space just like we do on Earth's surface. And we do spend a little bit of time looking at constellations. That's where StarLab would come in. The Earth-Moon-Sun system, that's It's kind of what it is. So we look at seasons, we look at the path of the sun as it changes throughout the sky throughout the year and why that happens and what results of it. We look at moon phases, we look at eclipses. Eventually we do look at tides, but that's based more off of interstellar, and we'll get to that in a second. And we spend some time looking at gravity and orbit. So those of you who might be thinking about taking physics, it's also a wonderful idea. Not that I don't want you to take astronomy, but taking astronomy with physics at the same time, really there's a lot of wonderful overlap that you'll be able to apply a lot of the things that you learned in physics and astronomy and vice versa. The second half of the course is all devoted to origins, where we came from, not so much where humanity came from, that's a totally different course, but where did Earth come from? Where did the solar system come from? How did we all get here? So we start in our own backyard looking at the solar system, and then we start to branch out and look at stars. How stars change over time, what implications why we need stars to actually have life. And then we look at the very, very large, looking at galaxies, the different types of galaxies, how they interact in some cases, and cosmology, which is the study of the evolution of the universe and how the universe has changed. So we look all the way back to the Big Bang, and then we try to project out into the future to see what's going to happen and all that weird dark matter, dark energy stuff that some of you might certainly be interested in. How are we graded in this class? It's very simple, and I like to keep it simple. Everything you do is in class. I do not like homework, therefore I don't assign homework just to give homework. It's not that kind of class. It's the kind of class where when you step into the classroom, you are going to be asked to work and think and do something. So we do have quizzes. There is lab work. There are group projects. There are class discussions. We do read The Martian by Andy Weir, and there are projects associated with that. There is a final exam in the course, and that's worth 10% of the course grade, but 90% of your course grade is everything that we do in class, and that's calculated on total points. Now, about quizzes and notes. Taking notes is a dying skill, and I'd like to preserve it and not let it go extinct, because it's a great skill to have that you can take with you to college or anywhere else that your life leads you. It is an expectation that there are some lecture portions of the class that you should take notes and try to engage with the material that you're being presented and the material that you're being asked to work with. So you could take analog notes. I'm still a big fan of Marvel notebooks. I still keep one every day, and I make notes and do stuff in it. Or you can certainly go the way of the world and go digital. It's up to you. But here's the caveat. We do have quizzes, but the quizzes are all open notes. You are allowed to create a 3x5 note card for every single quiz that we take in the class. There are honors level quizzes and labs that are available upon student request, and it's very funny that over the years I've had very few students request honors level quizzes and labs. But it doesn't mean that they're not there and they're not available and that I'm not willing to beef it up, so to speak, for students who are looking for more of a challenge. The only homework, the caveat is, the only homework you ever will get in this class is you will be asked to read Andy Weir's novel, The Martian. Maybe some of you have read it. Maybe some of you have seen the movie with Matt Damon, which I think is a very good adaptation of the novel, but it's never as good as the book. It's the only homework you have. It's a wonderful read. It's very captivating, lots of cliffhangers at every turn. But we do projects related to the book. There's one literal book report that you're going to be doing looking at science and engineering practices and cross-cutting concepts based off the book. We also have a debate in class, and that debate is asking the big question of, should we be sending humans to Mars? Why or why not? And then there is a cool Jet Propulsion Laboratory assignment where you get to be an engineer and you get to go through a mission to Mars simulation where you have a budget and you have to pick what science instruments and what type of rocket you're going to send up there. And of course, we will watch the movie by the end of the course. And we're also going to watch another movie called Interstellar. And some of you have seen it. It is a wonderful film as well. And we do spend a lot of time transitioning into our solar system unit by looking at Interstellar, which is really awesome. There are other things that you should know about the course. Astronomy is typically lumped together with Earth science. That's, for our science standards, we call them Earth and space science. But when you get higher and higher into academia, it's more commonly accepted as a branch of physics, otherwise known as astrophysics. So we cannot do science truly without math. Math and quantitative analysis helps us peer deeper into the mystery than just looking at it at face value and knowing vocabulary words. So with that, it's not meant to scare you, it's meant to give you the truth. Algebra 1 and 2 are more than enough of what you need to do the math that we would do in class. And there are a few problem sets throughout the year. They are meant not for torture, they are meant to deepen the understanding of the mystery of what we're trying to uncover. And sometimes math is the only way to do it, right? And another point is that this course is a course. You do earn credits for it. You're not just simply given credits, so it's not a study hall. So please, if you do sign up and you and your friends all sign up, try to remember that you actually have to earn the credits for this course. It's not very much work. It's not super demanding, but it is work, just like any other course here at LHS. To belittle that point ever so slightly more, if you don't want to do anything, you should probably just take a study hall. There is a limit on late assignments. To quote the COVID disclaimer, the bar is set really low during remote learning and all of this COVID garbage. The bar of teachers' expectations and actually sticking to deadlines and putting our foot down. I would imagine that the bar would have to raise up slightly when we do return to some sort of normalcy. So, unless there's some extenuating circumstance, you get a day for late stuff. Then I'm simply just not going to take it. You see those lovely photographs of a very lazy grizzly bear and a very lazy cat. To you juniors who are eventually going to become seniors, who eventually are going to become second semester seniors, and you're going to be taking astronomy, or natural disasters for that matter, be mindful that I may ask you to still do something. It's not very much. It's not very demanding. It's nothing you have to take home with you. It's just something to help you understand the mystery. In conclusion, astronomy is a semester elective. It does have a final exam. It does have quizzes along the way. I should mention that the final exam is basically all of the quizzes that you took over the course of the semester squished together. There is a little bit of math, but it's not enough to draw blood. There are some really cool experiences. Of course, I can't give them all away here at Course Preview Day. You'll just have to sign up for the course and find out for yourself. And there are not many high schools in this state or country that offer astronomy education to young people. Take advantage of it. If you're curious, learn more. This is Mr. J. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you soon in the fall or the spring or the great beyond. Bye.